Hi, hello, namaste, hearty, welcome to yet another interesting class. So today, I wanted to talk about little, from Chanakya Niti, certain things, which I personally like and which is necessary. Yeah, talking about honesty, integrity, and all the other things is absolutely fine, education and all. But there are three primary principles, that priest Chanakya recommends to King Chandragupta Maurya, right? So one of the greatest ministers in the history of India uh, is Chanakya. See, every king needs a minister, a good minister, right? So you can be either a king or a priest. I mean, a minister, okay? In the sense that if you are, setting up your own practice also, you may feel that you are a king. But now, when you are talking to clients, you are a minister, right? They say that customer is the king. And every customer, every king needs a good minister, right? So, your CPA, EA, and all these things, whatever you are studying, uh, that should help you give wise counsel to your king, to your customers, okay? So that's very very important. Now here, apart from the education, honesty, physical appearance and other basic things, what priest Chanakya counsels Chandragupta Maurya are these three things. Is the person hardworking? Now, the young generation, may get to debate that, sir, it's no longer hard work, it is all smart work. Now we have, so many AI tools and all, things become easy. But are you smart enough to find those AI tools also? Are you able to do that hard work as a smart work in less time in today's generation? So that is something, you must be checking, because many a times, my experience with some of the experienced people are like, my ko nu malum types, do you know who am I? I have 15 years experience, I have 20 years experience, but all that they do on the floor is like hold a cup of coffee mug, and then रुआब करते रहते they just keep imposing themselves on others. So those kind of people, however educated they are, however experienced they are, those kind of people you must not have in your company. Is the person able to do the work? Is the person able to work hard? Hard work, that age, this age, any age, it will always be rewarded. There might be, some foolish employers, some unwise employers who may not reward that hard work. But hard work, it will definitely help you, and it will definitely be rewarding to you. So the first thing that you have to keep in mind when you're hiring is hardworking. And if you are looking at, getting into a good company also tomorrow, my friend, you should be hardworking. No tax season, I don't like, tax season job. Oh, they work 12 hours and all during the tax season. That's fine. That's fine. Work hard. Work hard. It's only for 3 months or 4 months, that you work hard. You are not, working hard, throughout the lifetime. And, the kind of experience and exposure, that you get in those 3 months, it's like amazing. In Chak De, there is, a 70-minute speech, very famous. If you go to YouTube and type Chak De 70-minute speech, by Shah Rukh Khan, you will get goosebumps. Similarly, 70 दिन है तुम्हारे पास, working days, 70 working days, 70 दिन है तुम्हारे पास, to learn the tax season properly. So leverage that best, work hard. If you don't have any health problems and all, your family can understand and all, please work hard. Only those, 3-4 months, work very hard. Off season there won't be, much work. Tax consultants are basically like ants. They work hard, in the summer, and then they relax in the winter. So the first thing is you must have, that hard working ability. Now when I say, you must exercise and things like that, I also talk to you these things because it must help you have that physical endurance. You must be able to go long. ऐसा नहीं कि तुम you know. Very quickly you get exhausted and things like that. So be hardworking. That's the first thing. The second thing is skill developing. How much ever you have studied, you must always be ready to learn and adapt new skills. Skills also means soft skills. We will talk about it certain time later. Now, skills also include communication skills, email skills, telephone etiquettes. I mean finding different ways to reach out to customer, marketing strategies. I mean all these are different skills. You might be a chartered accountant, you might be an enrolled agent, you might be a CPA, but how do you get in touch with your clients? One of the questions that CAs ask me is, sir, how will I get clients? LinkedIn. LinkedIn. I mean CPA firms. I mean that's how you get the work outsourced. You should you should be very good in your work. You must be skilled in your work. Only then you will work with kings, or else you will just remain like an unwanted man. You see any man skilled in his work, he will be working with kings. He will be in top companies, in top positions. So work on your skills, focus on your skills. And third one, how much ever we work hard, how much ever skilled we are, educated we are, if we are not producing result oriented output, productive output, profitable output, then everything else is waste. If you are running business, it means you must have profit. If you are not having profit in business, it means you are doing charity, or you are inefficient, incapable for business. Yeah, I'm not saying that the day we start business, that very first year itself, we must have profits and all. No, I don't mean to say that. What I'm trying to say is, it must be productive. Profits will come, money will come, wealth will come, but are you giving your customer the right thing? The very purpose for which you started the business, is that purpose being met? I mean, these, priests, these kind of ministers, kings and all are being remembered, after centuries also, because of the way, they used to administer the kingdom. As a leader, you must also leave a legacy behind, at least in your family, at least for one generation. Your kids must be able to, tell great about you. Be very hardworking, develop skills, and be productive, my dear friends. Don't do job hopping and all. Don't hop jobs for like 10% hike, 20% hike and all. Talk to your employer, add value, and as I always say, work on a productivity linked payment plan. Your employer says do 20 returns, 10 returns per day. Ask him, what if I did 20 returns per day? I mean, this some of the employers may not like it, but I want you to work on productivity linked payment plan. Even if you are building a company also today, tomorrow, don't treat asses and horses the same. The donkeys and horses the same. I don't think that's any right way to honor efficient people. I think efficient people, productive people, must be rewarded more. Sir, there'll be voice process, non-voice process. Yes, that's why you have to make an effort. If this class was a non-voice process, would you sign up for this? Find out ways. See, when I'm talking about the hiring principles, it means for you also, when you are getting hired, you should also be having these skills. अभी ये बन गया, RTP है, CPA है, या I'll rule the world. No, ऐसा नहीं होता भाई. Client will sometimes call you when you're logging off. Do you have the heart to serve that client? You don't know certain things. Client is asking you to prepare a heavy duty tax return, heavy duty vehicle tax return. Now, do you have that skill? Learn that skill. Now, at the end of the day, is that correct output? Did you serve the client? These three things are very, very important, my dear friends. Most of you, I mean, some of you are like young people here. If I have like 50%, working staff, I mean, working staff as my students, I have, at least 30% who are like freshers, and 20% might be housewives and then senior citizens. So please develop these qualities. If you are not able to sit and attend to this class for 2 hours, keeping your bum glued to the seat, then probably you will have to think over. Yeah, after 1 hour, take 5 minutes break, 10 minutes break, that's absolutely fine. The examination is for 3.5 hours, my dear friend. So if you are not able to sit 3 hours also, that is something that you have to work upon. Okay, take care of these things, and I'm sure it will help you a long way in becoming a wonderful leader in your company or the company that you will be working for. Yeah, be an entrepreneur or an intrapreneur. Yeah, chalo, God bless you.